in 2014, I lost a sister. She was born male, but she carried herself throughout her life as a female, so she was trans.
Okay.
She was in Baltimore, Maryland. She was murdered there in 2014, and I really didn't truly understand the life that my sister was living. You know what I'm saying? And then once she passed away, it just dawned on my heart that, you know, I need to stand up and voice my opinion and try to find out what my sister or what life she was really living while she was alive. So in about 2016, I started a Remarkable Foundation. And I just started linking up with the teams that I was on. And I was like, yo, I want to voice my opinion. Yo, I want to stand up for the LGBTQ community. Like, yo, I want to do these things because it's something that resonated so close to me and my family that we didn't have the answers, still don't have the answers. And it was something like, okay, well, I can possibly save a life if I do this as an athlete and stand up for my sister. So I started going to like pride parades, linking up with the NBA, you know, getting different donations and stuff to the foundation to be able to give back to the kids for Black trans that's being murdered all over the whole world.
So I don't want to dwell on this, but it's important to acknowledge, was this a hate crime?
This was a hate crime, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a hate crime in Baltimore, Maryland. We went to trial for it and everything. With me being there, I knew that was the guy, but we ended up, you know, losing the case to her in 2014. So that really made me really stand up for it in 2016 and really start this foundation and start standing up for lives. And then once I started that, it was just LGBTQ, a part of the foundation. And then I'm playing in New York with the Knicks. My other younger sister, she's in the same city, Baltimore, Maryland. She's watching my game on the TV, and she's in the wrong area at the wrong time, and her life get lost.
No.
And this is why she watching my game. So just all of that was just thrown to my family with trauma and all this, you know, stuff. It just made me like become a stronger man within the community. Yeah. Made me start voicing my opinion more. And, you know, my foundation honestly made me my name and what I do within the community way past the basketball player Reggie.
Man, that's dope.
So
man.
That was some of the reasons that made me really like, you know, stand up for my sisters, stand up, bring it into the NBA, try to get the NBA on board, going to pride parades, having this foundation, extending it to Belize, like doing everything. So just being a pioneer of my family, just having so much, you know, weight to carry for the family is just like somebody got to do it. So just being that pioneer person.
Look, bro, I commend you for that, stepping out of that, because a lot of people who you see are a part of that. You know what I'm saying? You are a byproduct of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a real iffy situation because some would say you're not born this type of way.
Right.
You're taught it.
Right. Yeah.
And either way, I'm a firm believer. Like, bro, I don't judge. Never judge. Who am I to judge? You know what I'm saying? The God I serve says, "He who casts the first stone." Like that's like I don't do that. But people go through their whole transformation in their own type of way.
Right,
You being a part of that at a young age, you seeing this metamorphosis kind of happen. Take me through those emotions.
It was tough. Like growing up in a town like I was, like I said, small town.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can say it on camera, but coming from a small town like I was, like all we knew was gay. You know what I'm saying? So I really didn't know. You know, I would jokingly say it to my sister back then before I started really standing up for her name and really understanding her true story. I was like, man, your name Kevin. Mommy named you Kevin. Man, your name Kevin. And he'll dead ass be serious and say, nah, my name is Maya Henderson. My name is Maya Henderson. I'm like, Maya Henderson, but I would joke, I'm like, man, your name Kevin. But I just remember these stories that I would always say these things to her, but she was real life standing on her name. Like, that's not my identity no more. My identity is Maya Henderson.
At what age, though? I'm curious.
This was like, so when I was growing up, maybe like 8, 9, 10 years old, my grandmother, like I said, my grandmother was the one that, you know, gave me my foundation in life. I was in the choir, I was everything in church I did. Every Sunday, every Wednesday, like I was that. And I was a Williams boy. She was a elder at the church. And I'm trying to go to basketball practices on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I got AAU practice
Yeah.
on Sundays.
Yeah.
And I got to get with CP3 and them. The band about to be in Kinston to pick me up to go. And my grandma like, no, we got second, third service. We got revival.
Pentecostal.
Yeah, we got all
Baptist.
that. Like, come on, grandma. And I would start to see these trends that I'm one of the only kids in the family that's trying to be outside, trying to be active, right? Now, my grandma was sick at the time, but I was saying that I'm the only one outside playing basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my sister would play out there a little bit, but then she'll go back in the house and she'll just be in the house taking care of everything in the house for my grandmother. So I started seeing it that way. I'm like, oh, my sister just hanging around women, hanging around my grandmother, hanging around my mom when she come around, hanging around my aunts and my cousins, all females, and she used to praise dance. So I start to see the different trends of, you know, what would you call it, like the feminism part.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
comfort in the environment.
Right. I started seeing that come out as a young kid, and I'm not really understanding it. So I had to like realize that what I was doing back at the time of, you know, I would get nervous a little bit. I'm like, oh, should she come to my game? You know, like, oh, she gonna be in the front row of my game at high school. I'm the best player in the city, like in the state. You know, everybody wondering like, oh, who is this person?
Real. That's
you know
real.
What I'm saying? So this is all type of things
real.
that I was dealing with. Like, what somebody gonna say about, oh, that's Bullock's sister right there, walking through the whole game. So I would, all these things racing through my head. But after, you know, she was gone, and like I said, my family, we loved her the same way, but I was always worried about what somebody else was thinking.
You were very conscientious to the narrative of what somebody would say.
Right.
And it happens all the time. And I'll say it like this, bro. And I hope people who really get it. In any Black culture, there's always somebody. You know what I'm saying? And they may not ever come out. But you know, it's being an alpha, being a person who, you know, I am who I am. But my situations that I was exposed to in life made me think the way I think, the way I act, the way I act.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we all are byproducts of that.
Right.
I just, my soul goes out to just like, damn, I'm hearing this and I'm like, yo, I can relate because I seen it happen.
Right.
You know, I was a part of the time, like, you know, somebody may ask a question, one of your homeboys is like, hey, yo, is he gay? Or she a lesbian? Like, what, like, man, shut the hell up before I beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you get so defensive about it. And I think, especially in culture, it doesn't matter, white, black, green, blue, no matter the ethnicity, everybody has real emotions. And being open to talking about it is the biggest issue, you know. And I don't think there is a common ground. There's avenues out there, but we don't always revert to those avenues. It's just like, man, shut the hell up, man. All right, let's go play basketball. Like, man, throw me the football, bro. Like, I ain't talking to you about that.
Right.
You know, because I'm the type of person to say, okay, bro, like, you homosexual? Okay, sis, like, you a lesbian?
Right.
Let's talk about it.
Right.
Like, what makes you, like, what happened in your life? Rather than saying, like, I'm good on that.
And those are some of the questions that I wish that I could have asked my sister. When I was telling you that stage of me going through at a young age, kind of trying to figure out, like, what's making you really say Maya Henderson, or what you're really going through, and you know, coming from, you know, areas like I come from, mental health is a big thing too.
Oh my goodness.
So it possibly could have stemmed from some mental health things that she could have possibly been going through. Maybe somebody could have put hands on my sister at a younger age that I may never knew. You know what I'm saying? So it could have been a lot of different things that could have went on to create this person that she claimed to be when she was living in. That was a part of me not understanding that, and that's what made me, you know, start the foundation to try to understand on what the lives of these people and the things that they actually go through on a daily basis and the different traumas and stuff that they face.
Man, that's dope, man.